Good morning, saints, to my brothers and sisters in Christ. And I want to make this clear that you and I are brothers and sisters because of Christ, not because of some membership at some church, some fraternity, or some organization. That doesn't make us brothers and sisters in Christ. Following Christ makes us brothers and sisters. So I just want you all to know that. So just because you go to a different church than someone doesn't mean that he or she is not your brother, because they are, and you need to treat them as such, because tradition and religion has taken over the church and taken over Christians. I think that tradition and religion are worse than racism, because they just mess you all the way up. And I also want you to know that my wife and I, we were just talking about how Victoria's Secret treat their customers better than pastors treat their members. Because when you walk into Victoria's Secret, they're all on you. How may I help you? Do you need anything? Well, let me take your sizes. They treat you like family because you are important to them. But why don't these pastors know how important you are to that church? But a lot of them, they get so prideful and they get so big that they forget why they're there. And so I just wanted to share that with you today, that tradition is messing us up. Religion is messing us up. And when you look at a lot of what's being taught today, none of it is biblical. Jesus didn't teach half of this mess that's being taught in these churches today. And people are so messed up that you can't really find your way to Christ. And so I just wanted to share that with you today. And whatever you're going through today, I want you to know that Jesus is the answer. He's the answer to all of your questions. He is the one that can pick you up, clean you up, resurrect you from that spiritual grave that you're in, and give you life. Because there's life in Christ. There's hope in Christ. There's blessings in Christ. Everything you need is in Christ. It's not at J.C. Penney's. It's not at Macy's. It's not in your job, in your car. It's not in your bank account. It's all in Christ. And so I want you to know that, to stay encouraged. Be encouraged, because your time is coming. Your time is coming. And I also want to add too that I heard a preacher say one time that you can die before you fulfill your mission. I said, I don't believe that. I don't know where you're getting that mess from. Because whatever God called you to do, you're going to do it. No matter if you fall 2 or 3 times along the way, you're going to get up and you're going to do what God called you to do. Because God called Jonah to go and preach to the Ninevites. Jonah went in the opposite direction, but he still ended up doing what God called him to do. God called Joseph to rule over Egypt. Look at what Joseph went through along the way, but Joseph still did what God called him to do. God called King David to rule his people. Look at what David went through before he took office, but he still did what God called him to do. So no matter what mistakes you make, bad choices you make, at the end of the day, you are going to do what God called you to do. So God bless you and have a blessed day.